A professional engineer is an engineer who has been licensed by the state board to offer engineering services to the public. This license is the highest standard of competence for the profession and symbolizes achievement and assurance of quality. In this video, we'll be going over the steps to obtain the professional engineer license. So why does it exist? The sole purpose of licensure is to protect the public. It requires a baseline level of proven qualification, and it enforces laws and regulations to ensure that licensed engineers practice responsibly. Requiring this baseline level also preserves the credibility, validity, and reliability of the license. Without it, anyone could offer their engineering services, and that would be very dangerous. So why should one get licensed? Becoming a licensed engineer comes with many benefits. In terms of career development, the license enhances your stature as an engineer and allows you to reach increased levels of authority and responsibility. These higher levels of authority include signing and sealing drawings, being in charge of your own private practice, and serving as an expert witness. As mentioned before, the license is the highest standard of competence in the profession, meaning that professional engineers are held in high regard by their peers and are respected by the public. And finally, the license provides higher income and the chance to explore different career options outside of the traditional company structure. To become licensed, the following requirements must be completed. First, you must gain the Engineer in Training certification by passing the Fundamentals of Engineering exam. Then, you must pass the Principles and Practice of Engineering exam. Next, you must have 6 years of experience, which can be education and/or work experience. Finally, you must pass the California Civil exams. This slide shows the timeline highlighting all the requirements. First, you should take the FE exam between the start of your junior year up to the end of your senior year. After passing, you can apply for the EIT certification. Then, between the end of your senior year and 2 years after graduation, you can take the PE exam and gain work experience. At the end of the 2 years after graduating with a bachelor's degree, or 1 year after your master's degree, you can apply for licensure. This is because at the end of this time period, you would have completed the qualifying experience requirement. Once the application has been approved, the board will allow you to take the California Civil exams. Then, after all the steps are completed, you can become licensed. There are 2 websites that you should become familiar with. The first one is the NCEES website. A My NCEES account is required to register for both exams and to view the results. The dashboard also shows various quick links that will be useful in your journey, such as the reference handbooks for the exams. The next site is the State Board's Connect system. This account is required to apply for the Engineer in Training certification and the Professional Engineer license, and all the updates can be seen on this dashboard. So first we'll talk about the Fundamentals of Engineering exam. It is the first step to become a licensed engineer and is made for recent graduates or students close to graduating from an ABET accredited program. It is a computer-based exam that's offered year-round and can be taken at approved test centers, which is arranged during registration. The exam is 110 questions and 6 hours long, which includes a break and instructions. There is also an exam fee of $175 that can be paid through your MyNCES account. So a little bit about the FE scoring. The results will come back as pass or fail, and if failed, you will receive a report highlighting the strengths and weaknesses in the knowledge areas of the exam as seen in the example below. These results will be listed 7 to 10 days after the test on your account. Next is the Engineer in Training certification. You can apply for this after passing the FE and gaining 3 years of experience. This means that the earliest you can receive it is during your junior year, since your education counts as experience credit. And the EIT is important because it helps students stand out to employers while waiting to gain their PE license. Then we have the Principles and Practice of Engineering exam, which tests for the minimum level of competence in an engineering discipline and is meant to resemble real-world problems. This is also a computer-based exam which will be offered year-round beginning January of 2022. and registration is available after November 1st, 2021. The exam is 9 hours and 80 questions long and is split up into 2 sessions. There will be a morning breadth exam and an afternoon depth exam. The breadth exam will cover all 5 areas of civil engineering, and the depth exam will focus on one area depending on the one that you choose. Again, there is an exam fee of $375 that can be paid through your My NCES account. This slide is a little bit about exam preparation. The NCEES website has the FE and PE reference handbooks available for free download. This handbook is the only material allowed during the FE exam and will be given electronically. For the PE exam, the reference handbook and the design codes and standards will be the only resources allowed during the exam. Those will be provided electronically as well. It's important to look at these handbooks and become familiar with them so you have a good idea of where all the information is at. NCES also has practice tests available for purchase, and these tests are similar in length and material. Finally, you can find the exam specifications on the website that break down the overall concepts that will be included in the exam. Moving on to education and experience. As previously mentioned, you must have 6 or more years of qualifying experience to apply for licensure. Experience can be gained through graduation with an engineering degree. So a bachelor's degree from an ABET accredited program gives credit for 4 years of experience, and a master's or PhD from an ABET accredited program gives credit for 5 years of experience. Finally, we have the application submission and the civil exams. After you have passed both required exams, the FE and the PE, and gained the necessary work experience, you can apply for licensure through the Connect system. After the board has approved the application, you will become eligible to take the California civil exams, which are offered year-round. And finally, your PE license will be issued when you pass those exams. So that concludes this guide, and I wish you all the best in your journey to becoming a professional engineer.